Hey guys, here is my latest car. This is a 1993 Toyota pickup. It is not a Tacoma, it's pre-Tacoma days, and you can tell this thing is in super good shape. And the great thing about these pickup trucks is that it's got one of the most reliable engines ever made in any manufacturer. These things are highly sought after. But the problem is, it won't start. Here comes my dog. Good girl, Sophie. And it is such a good looking truck. I mean, just compare it to my Nissan hardbody over here. The hardbody, in comparison, looks like it's so old and antiquated and weak. And that's a 4-cylinder, that's a 4-cylinder, that's 4-wheel drive, that's 2-wheel drive. But I'm really impressed by the build quality of this Tacoma. I bought it, but it needs a fuel pump, and I'm going to show you guys how to do the fuel pump. So, process of removing the fuel tank of the pickup truck. The first step of removing the fuel tank is removing the bash plate. It's held in place by just a few screws, and I think it's about 6 screws, 3 in the front and 3 in the back. Using air tools makes this job much easier, and if you have a lift, it makes it way easier because we're on the floor looking up, and it's not the easiest way of removing anything from a car. Bash plate removed. This is the fuel drain. There's a few Phillips head screws in the fuel neck. You can remove that way you can lower the fuel tank easy. Now the fuel tank is held in place by about 3 more screws on each end, and it's easy enough to remove and lower down. We also have a jack underneath the fuel tank, just so it doesn't drop and break any fuel lines and sensors. So we're gonna have to lower the gas tank a little bit more. You can see the gas tank is already pretty low, but you can't really see much of it up there. Now this tank has never been removed in this Toyota, and the connectors are just glued in. They're just insanely tight. The sensor connecting it, the electrical sensor, is just unbelievably difficult to remove. Removing the fuel line with just 2 crescent wrenches like this will make the job easy. You need a lot of leverage to break it, but it should be a quick job if you have the leverage and long handles. Removing the connectors was really the most difficult part. After you get the connectors off, it's much easier. If you can lower the tank so you can see the connectors, that's really good. But you can't let the tank go down too much, otherwise it could break a line. So this thing is broken, or almost breaking. It's leaking. This broke. So the one thing we found out is that this top piece, the connector, was already broken or leaking. So we have to replace this entire piece, and that is something that we need to order. So this is unexpected damage from the truck. So we're already about $300 in just in parts for this fuel pump. And here's the fuel pump and the strainer. So not bad. So now the next step is just to order this top piece. That way we have it. We have the pump, the strainer, and that's all we really need. And then we're gonna reinstall it the same way we removed it. And hopefully the pickup truck is going to start. So you might want to stay tuned to see the first startup. So here is the new pump from CarQuest. And it's just this little thing. This is $100 right here. Pretty expensive. You have the strainer. Alright guys, stay tuned for the startup of the truck. Let's start the car, see if it works.